if we're working on standard position in radians here, we got two questions. We'll focus on the one on the left. We'll call this number 1 in this case. Actually, they got the letter F down here. We'll call this one E. Okay. One of the first things we got to remember is what direction we're going. If we're going from this horizontal line in this direction, that's considered counterclockwise, which means all of our measurements are positive. And if we're on the Cartesian plane and we're going, I'll just use a different color to show that. This way, this is clockwise, and all of our measurements will be negative, okay? Now, very quickly, what we can do is we can see that this one has gone all the way around. So if it's gone all the way around once, right away, we can remember that an entire rotation around is not only 360 degrees, but we want to work in radians. That's the equivalent of 2 pi. So we already know whatever our measure is, it has to be added to 2 pi, okay? So let's say that part's gone. Next, we're just going to work on from here to here, and then finally this last bit. They've told us this last bit is pi over 4. Half a rotation would just be half of 360 degrees, or half of 2 pi. So in this case, that's pi. So we're going to have 2 pi, plus, and in this case, pi over 4, okay? Very quickly, we can see that this is 3 pi here. So I'm going to bring it down a little, but we have 3 pi. 2 pi plus pi would be 3 pi, and then pi over 4. And in order to add fractions, we got to make sure we have common denominators. So the equivalent to this would be actually 12 pi over 4, because 12 divided by 4 gives us 3. So we've just converted this value to a fraction we can do some addition with. And then we're going to add pi over 4. And in this case, we end up with 13 pi over 4. And it was going counterclockwise, so it's in a positive direction. So our actual measure in standard position is 13 pi over 4. Okay. We'll use some of the same concepts in the second one, F here. Okay. F also goes all the way around, and recall that an entire rotation is 2 pi. So we have 2 pi. And then we have to add just pi over 6. So this one's actually a little simpler, where you just have to convert 2 pi to have a denominator of 6, which gives me 12 pi over 6 plus pi over 6. And then a very simple when we add 13 pi over 6 is what we get for that question.